Asian equity futures drifted lower as U.S. shares fell following economic data that exceeded forecasts, bolstering the case for the Federal Reserve to keep interest rates elevated for longer. Contracts for stock benchmarks in Japan and Australia dropped, while those for Hong Kong equities were mostly flat. The S&P 500 fell 0.7% to close lower for a second day. The tech-heavy NASDAQ 100, which is more sensitive to interest rate expectations, declined 0.9%. U.S. futures were a little changed in early Asian trading. Treasuries also retreated, pushing yields higher. Two-year yields rose around 6 basis points, declined above 5%, while the 10-year rate rose 2 basis points. Australian bond yields followed a new Google material. What A4 says, the Institute for Supply Management's U.S. Services Index for August reached 54.4, its highest monthly reading since February, and one that topped all estimates in a Bloomberg survey of 58. Common reading. Constitution to some case. And then you don't take a capital all the way through the active combilatory. The data supported the view the Fed has one rate hike left this year, adding upward pressure to the dollar Wednesday. Traders will closely be monitoring markets in Japan and China after both countries took measures to defend their currencies. Japan issued a stern warning about yen depreciation Wednesday, while China's central bank provided unprecedented guidance to stabilize in the yuan. The ISM services sector report underscores the resilience of the largest portion of the economy, said Quincy Crosby, chief global strategist at LPL Financial, who pointed to higher prices shown within the data. And this is also a crime of the service story after work. This is certainly not good news for a data-dependent Fed. In Asia, China will release foreign reserves and trade data, while Malaysia is expected to keep rates on hold at 3%. Reserve Bank of Australia's outgoing chairman Philip Lowe will speak, as will Bank of Japan board member Junko Nakagawa. Oil clung to a Wednesday gain, extending a run of 9 daily advances. West Texas Intermediate has risen around a fifth in the past 3 months to edge closer toward $90 per barrel. Elsewhere, the pound slid after Bank of England. Governor Andrew Bailey suggested UK rates may not have to rise any further. The Canadian dollar was little changed after the 1961. The comedian for Jesse provided the following overbuilding migrate and killed millions of Roxers. Key events this week. China trade, Forex reserves Thursday. Eurozone GDP Thursday. All the church Cantrans found that U.S. initial jobless claims. Thursday, then Bank of Canada, Governor Tiff Macklem to speak on the economic progress report Thursday.
I am Zoom control of its space course story. Today, its statement made division learn more of the fight.
Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic speaks Thursday. New York Fed President John Williams participates in moderated discussion at the Bloomberg Market Forum Thursday. Japan GDP Friday. Germany CPI Friday. U.S. wholesale inventories, consumer credit Friday. Some of the main moves in markets, S&P 500 futures were little changed as of 8:32 a.m. Tokyo time. So the S&P 500 fell now 0.7%, and NASDAQ 100 futures were little changed. The NASDAQ 100 fell 0.9%. Nikkei 225 futures fell 0.3%. Hang Seng futures rose 0.1%, and S&P ASX 200 futures fell 0.5%. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index was little changed. The euro was little changed by $1 and 7.24. The Japanese yen was little changed at 147.71 per dollar. The offshore yuan was little changed at 7.3206 per dollar. The Australian dollar was a little changed at 6,383.3. Bitcoin rose 0.3% to 25,756.9. Ether rose 0.3% to $1,632. Australia's 10-year yield advanced 3 basis points to 4.16%. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 0.2% to $87.70 a barrel. And spot gold was a little changed